So what do we actually have to clean up to make Snake Eyes a tolerable deck for the TCG? I love ban list season. Make sure you guys smash the crap out of that subscribe button so you guys don't miss out on more Oz content. Now, I know we're early here, but that's fine. So we're going to start off over here with Snake Eyes Ash. And I want to preface a lot of this discussion with, if a card has a quarter century or a higher rarity, Konami tries to avoid hitting these cards a little bit longer on. So I'm going to compare Snake Eyes Ash to the Rescue Ace card that got hit as a consistency hit. Ash, as much as we want to dodge around the thing here, Snake Eyes Ash toggles into the Pobbler, gets the Pobbler into the search, gets everything going. It's also a 1-for-1 target. It is your best normal summon that you can have, that you can also extend on into, and it itself gets the ability to bridge on into the Flamberge Dragon. I've heard a lot of people go, we need to ban this card. Realistically, you're probably not wrong. I think it's too early for Konami to do real serious damage to this engine, because let's be very realistic at this point in time. We want reprint equity. We want to make sure that tins come out in this upcoming year, that you want to make sure that, hey, you can still play Snake Eyes. So if you put Ash to 1, you're going to start cutting off the consistency. Well, when they start going towards more oaks, maybe more birches, extend out the witch package, yes, that is a possibility. I did propose the fact that oak could probably be limited to 1, but that'd be a very preemptive hit. I think taking Snake Eyes Ash to 1 does not ruin the value of the deck at all. You're not hitting the higher end cards. You're merely taking a super rare and you're cutting it down while still allowing things to exist in the scope of things. Now, that being said, let's talk about the Witch Engine, which is going to be your Diabellstar, your Wanteds, and your original Sinful Spoils. Now, I once again don't think that Konami is going to ban Diabellstar, and I don't think that they're going to hit Wanted, because they have quarter centuries, they are higher rarity cards, and looking at a lot of this, I could see, the best hit to me right now would be Witch Wanted to 1. It's not going to happen, though. Wanted Witch to 2? I mean, it's a consistency hit. It doesn't take away from the equity of the deck, does it? Like, Konami actually using the semi-limited list to check cards. Because the problem is, you can't only look at Snake Eyes Ash and go, yeah, that's going to be enough. So what if we hit the original Sinful Spoils spell card? It is the thing that bridges the gap. It's the thing that allows things to... Do we ban it? It's also quarter century. Don't think it's going to happen. Do we put it to 1? I mean, if you move Ash to 1... you will see people bump the package up because they want to see it. It would mean, hey, we can start messing around with ratios now. We want to start upping these consistencies. If you were to hit the original Sinful Spoil to 1 preemptively with Snake Eyes Ash, it would clean things up and allow for a consistency hit. But if you think that Witch Diabellstar are going to get banned limited to 1 right now, I don't foresee it. It would just hurt too much of the reprint equity, and Konami's not about that. That's why I proposed the to 2 for the consistency hit, but it doesn't... I think it's too soon to do that. And, I mean, at least limiting Ash, because this is a 2-ban list hit. You're not doing this all on the first list. This is going to be the slap on the wrist. We move on along. I want to talk about Zelantis here. It has become very, very crucially important to note that Zelantis is a broken card. Nobody's really realized it, though, until now. Because Zelantis allows any Link 4 monster to convert into this, and that gives every Link 4 in the game additional lines of text. The additional lines of text include the ability to basically board wipe both players, return those monsters back to the field in face down or face up attack position. You can set up a co-link with Zelantis, and then when Zelantis goes battle phase, you can quick effect pop cards on the field, her monsters up to the number of co-linked that you have. So guess what? Now your link 4 that you just made is a board wipe gets this crazy ability to OTK. Zelantis is the heart and soul of the OTK package. Alright, and especially since you can link climb so easily and set up, these large amounts of monsters. I think banning Zelantis, as crazy as that sounds, I'm sorry, Marin says, I'm sorry, Dark World players, that, want to lock themselves after going into this sort of effect, board wiping their opponent. I'm sorry that you guys are collateral damage to this. But taking away Zelantis balances out the random OTKs that fire can randomly pull out of nowhere. And that is something that I do think is an issue. Alright, if you take this away, well, I mean, yeah, they can still go the Pyro Phoenix cool guy and still do some of this stuff, sure. But you've got to work a lot harder than just being able to extra lines of text on my card go burr. Yeah, next up is Kieran. Now, there's a pretty big discussion point on, well, Kieran, most builds only play 2, Robbie. Like, why are we even talking about this? I don't honestly think that Kieran needs to go just yet. Actually, the thing about Kieran that has made it so crazy is it's a hand trap that allows you to respond. Now, before we got Pobbler and Bonfire and all of this back in the day, Fire King was an incredibly tolerable deck, alright? And I'm only strictly mentioning Kieran here if Konami wants to kind of dodge around the bullet here and go, what hits do we actually want to, start to apply to this? Because if you put Kieran to 1, that blows Fire King out of the water. Like, you effectively kill fire, and that's disappointing. Kieran is the only real reason why the Snake Eyes Fire King deck can grind the way that it does against pure Snake Eye, or at least try to keep up. And if they are like, well, we wanna leave the reprint equity alone, we don't want to go after the Witch package, then hitting something in the structure deck to, try to check the Fire King variant appears to be the next option, and I don't like it at all. I think that they should leave Kieran alone and hit more of the Snake Eyes package to slow down the pace of the deck. That way the Fire King enjoyers can still play the deck. And unfortunately, Konami wants to cash in on that reprint equity. Structure deck's already been in circulation for months at this point. Konami's logically going to look at this and they're going to go, okay, this is what we need to do. And realistically, it is what it is. There's not much we can do about it. As we kind of venture on into Legacy here, I'm suspecting a ban list late March, early April at this point. Everything that I've presented to you here so far, logically, it's going to be a 2-stage hit cleanup on this list. Realistically, because you have tin equity or whatever reprint set you're going to see in the later half of the year. You're already starting to see people complain about this. Yeah, when don't Yu-Gi-Oh players actually complain about things? But Legacy does bring new Snake Eyes cards to the equation, does allow for differing options to kind of be explored out here. And, you've also got Infernoid, not released in the TCG yet, so original Sinful Spoils, still kind of dodging around out here, so that's something else you got to think about. These unreleased cards that they want to interact with this package, they're not going to hurt the value of those in the future when they're not even here yet. So, Snake Eyes Ash, once again, being hit to some sort of capacity, and then a follow-up on the original Sinful Spoil spell card, I think are going to be your key things. And honestly, if you get rid of Zelantis, you've got your problems cleaned up. And, we can leave Fire King alone at that point, Honestly, a lot of the problem revolves around Flamberge Dragon. Let's call it what it is, but it also has a quarter century. Should we put Flamberge to 1? Realistically, I'm okay with that. 1 Flamberge Dragon is okay. But you got a lot of options that you got to look at here and kind of go, wow, okay, what's going to be the right choice? I don't know, but Legacy, I think we hit the next level of power creep. We'll see what happens. But please, this we need some sort of check. So please, comment down below to what you guys think. I'll see your beautiful faces back here later today, guys. Peace. Patrons, thank you.
Thank you so much for watching. Check out these other videos.